gone past bridge 112 on the Shroppy, and I believe that is where We Be Boating Volume 2 started. I think. It looks very, very familiar. And I rang the bell to alert the crew and basically just got completely fucking ignored because Foy's deaf and ignorant and Jay is having a shit. This is happening. Here he is. Tackle Marina. I changed my mind, I don't know if it is the one I was thinking of. It's very familiar though. Visitors are apparently welcome. No, it's not the one. Oh well. Ignore all of that.
We've just done an extremely tedious bit of waterway. Just moored up boats forever. It was awful. And there's been a guy following us as well that was making some pretty good time catching up on us. But we seem to be getting away now. Maybe we were able to speed up first. It's just really fucking boring. Looking at the map, and we know where we are to an extent because obviously you know the bridges and that, but the bridges are so far apart. We just don't really know where we are specifically. It's just nothing here. It's just fields and a fucking road. You see? Nothing here. Something is actually happening. We are in a lock. Another double wide lock. That boat that was following us, I looked behind me as we were approaching and they were going backwards. So, fuck knows what they're up to. But we're in a lock. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's another one just beyond. We have managed to go onto the next page in the map. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. The time is 1:10 Good timing. Really doing well. Really doing well. We've been at this lock for what feels like a fucking eternity. Look. There's two boats coming up. They were setting up when we got here. It was irritating to begin with. They got in and we were waiting forever, and then another boat came around the corner. Now me and Krusty have discussed this. If there was a boat at the top waiting to go in, and there was a boat in the lock already wanting to go in, you would fucking hurry up. Not these guys. Not these guys. It's nearly full now. Cracking up. Only got a couple more locks after this as well. We're there. Winning. Nice and early. Happy days. Just a shame that it starts to fucking rain. We have reached the winding hole. We are doing a turning around because there is the pub that we are mooring up outside tonight. All is well. Krusty doing the turnaround.
Yeah, going well so far. Being observed by hundreds of thousands of people.
Literally. Look at them all. Nervous rapper music.
Like Foy's playing Surgeon Simulator. Of all the people in the world to perform a heart transplant, you've got Dr. The Foy.
Trust in Foy. It will save the man's life. I noticed that the man's losing quite a lot of blood at the moment. You can see that with this wonderful focus.
Let's put the Q-tip in his rib cage. That will stem the bleeding.
Took Foy 11.5 minutes to kill his patient.
Fucking forget it. Do something else.
Now, Dr. Crust is in surgery. This guy's not dead yet. He's not even bleeding a bit. And he's been going nearly 5 minutes because he's not started yet.
That's the first thing I did was drug myself.
Oh, she's going really well. Good morning, Weeby Boating fans. It's day 4. It is sunny outside. Look at the sun. This is glorious. It's a bit nippy, but there you go. It's 10 o'clock, a little bit past. We've got the engine on. we have just been to Tesco's to buy stuff to make another boatsing chili. We're having a dance sack tonight. We've got stuff for a barbecue, and then we're probably going to make an omelette out of noodles on Sunday for a Sunday roast. Noodle omelette, obviously. So we had a nice night yesterday. Went down to Chez Jules for a tasty dinner, including pigeon for myself and steak and cheese. Plus he also had cheese. Cheese. We bought more cheese today as well. It's great. Lots of cheese. It's cheesy all day. So you see, Captain Crust there. Got us on side, and we are underway.
Well, we just had enormous contact in one of the broad locks. This boy wasn't paying attention. He was faffing around with the stereo, which is trying to break. We keep telling it no, and it keeps telling it yes, look. So basically...
Oh, I think we just found a... Oh, fuck.
More on this later. In the meantime, catastrophes. That was alright.
Yeah, he'll be fine if he gets over, which he's not doing. Oh right, it's because there's more boats. It's fine.
Where was I?
You were saying that there was enormous contact.
Yeah, the broadlocks, we've had problems with them before. When you open the paddles to go up, and it fills it up and just twats the boat around because it's twice the width of your boat.
You would say that we do both slowly to prevent this sort of thing, but there was only one in operation, so that no amount of slow was going to prevent it.
No. And then about 5 minutes ago we got. Oh yeah, that resulted in 2 broken pint glasses. The ones that we borrowed from a pub. Shall remain nameless. If you're paying attention, you should know. There's a bit more glass. So yeah, 2 of them smashed all over the floor.
Everywhere. So much so there's some in the toilet and there's some all the way in the bedding area.
Yeah, and then an inconsiderate boater passed us 5 minutes ago and gave Floyd no room. So we had to go right over to the side and we got grounded briefly for about a minute, which involved much heaving.
Yes. Oh yeah, and the shelf in there broke as well. It fell off. So I've had to take everything out, relocate it and put everything back. But we did find a 10-year-old bottle of wine in the process that we don't think that we're allowed to drink. Probably. And I've got to open that. Fantastic. Boy, what's where you going?
Bye. No.
Lots of things have happened since we last spoke to the camera, I think. Like Boy trying to drive us into a bush now.
Fucking hell.
Chill the fuck out. Yes, wonderful. What have we been up to?
We stopped to get fuel.
We did. And I had a life-changing experience with the poo bucket.
Yeah, you did. I think you're just being a bit soft. Like
You were not there for the blockage. It was the worst.
Describe the blockage.
Well, I got in there and I opened the thing and I started putting it down the poo hole. And then it got to a point where stuff stopped coming out. And I thought, well, this is still quite heavy. That's not right. Give it a shake about. Yes, there's definitely still some stuff in there. Get out. I had a little look around, found that they had a hose with a squirting trigger thing. So I put that in, squirted it. Tried to get some more water in, a bit of a shake out. The water came out, not a lot. Tried again. Put it out, and then suddenly it went such much brown mess. It's just the fucking worst. I came out of there looking very sad and wasn't talking to anybody.
before he held the boat in. No
and
shit
also
on
I had to
him.
run on a little mission as well. Because my dad managed to lock himself out of the house. So we tried to go and get keys off Sammy, but we couldn't get in touch with her. So I told him to meet us at the Cheshire Cat. Unfortunately, we weren't sure if we passed it or not. So we got to a bridge and looked on the map and checked with an old lady who was tending her garden at the time. And she said we had in fact gone past it. So I immediately disembarked with a can of roller cola and a sausage butty on a plate.
What happened to the plate, Jay?
I left the plate in the pub.
Thank you.
I went down to the Cheshire Cat. Dad wasn't there, which was great. He had tried to ring me and that had killed my battery. Eventually he did arrive. It turns out that he thought that we weren't there yet, so he'd gone to a different pub ahead of us. Or ahead of us, so he thought. It was wrong. So gave him my house keys. Had a quick half a pint of Wainwright, and got in the car because I told these guys to carry on going. And at one point we're shooting down this country lane, and lo and behold, right next to the country lane, the canal, and there the boys were. Hello, what I said. Drove onto the next bridge, jumped out the car, regained entrance to the boat, and then that's not a lighter. Encountered the first lock in a long time, which is great. And over here, if you can make that out, the ruins of a castle from 1300 something or other, built by Earl of Chester, Duke of Chester, someone of Chester. It says in the map. And it looks fucking terrifying because it's knackered and on top of an extremely steep hill. But here we are in the lock, Foy relaxing, knackering the countryside with extreme metal sounds. Krusty over there doing his boating. We've encountered another boat coming down as well. They're going to Chester, and that's where we started, and they started in Nantwich. That's where we're going. So, swapping. Right, we've just gone through the last regular double-sized lock. Next locks that we're going to encounter are the staircase ones, and then there's no more locks for the rest of the day, are there? Meanwhile, Foy is here, desperately trying to steer the boat. You can't hear a word I'm saying. See?
We're at a staircase lock. We've been through this lock before, the other day. Jay did it almost, well, he got to here on his own. I helped him once I got up. Boy slept through this lock. Staircase. There's one gate, there's a lock, here's another gate, there's another lock with no gap. That's the staircase. That is a bumbling fucking nincompoop. See? This is all going well. Sun's gone in. Boo!
Hello. Here we are, desperately hoping that Foy doesn't crash us into another boat, or bank, or tree.
Because there's a boat moving.
There is a boat moving and it's very narrow. We are going slow as we can already. Anyway, here's the thing. There's the Jolly Tar.
That's where we drank the other night. We had fun there.
Yeah.
And there's the Middlewich Arm, which we will not be going down today. We will be going down it tomorrow. That is the way home. We're going down that way, through Barbridge, towards Nantwich.
Indeed.
Dan's bed.